Good morning. Um, Beginning of this week, I said I'm going to make 5 of these this week, and then none for 2 years. and well, this will be the 5th this week. When the next one will be made, I don't know. As it stands, there are new opportunities and avenues of opportunity about the music, which is the center of everything. God is the center of everything for me, but the earthly center of everything. And music is how I cling to the divine. That's how I see it. So, there's really not much separation there. I'm very excited about all of this, and contacts in California and talking to people at labels is very fun. It's very fun. And I have to take it very seriously, and I don't know whether I'm going to be devoting as much time to science and philosophy as I have been over the past week. I felt when the album came out that this was a different beast and needed to be treated differently, and I decided to devote myself to this for a time, while potentially things would fall into place, and there would be the opportunities that I am now seeing come to the table. So very excited about that. All right. So we're gonna review quickly. There are two kind of prongs going on this channel at the moment. There's the science, and there's the philosophy. I've kind of tired out the philosophy. I mean, I went ham. What did I do? 3 philosophy videos in 3 days? Because it didn't start with the transvaluation of values, right? Yeah, it started with good and evil and Kabbalah. And then we did video 1 of the transvaluation of values, which in approximately 20 minutes, this one might not be much different from. I like edibles. Edibles are better than smoked. Again, it's legal, so I don't know why the fuck I have this thing in my brain shouldn't be. It's fine. And then yes, we did good and evil and Kabbalah. We did episode 1 transvaluation of values, episode 2 transvaluation of values, which was about half as long as episode 1, but we got more done in. So to kind of cap that off, I've made my position on good and evil clear. I've gone as far into Kabbalah as I want to. You have to treat that with great respect. And when you're given ideas, that's great, but then maybe don't go. I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly, but and then what was the other thing we did? It's already started. What was the other thing we did? C.S. Lewis and Nietzsche, and the combo of those two, which I just need to have a great deal of thinking about over the next significant period of time before I want to revisit that and take it further. But I'm proud of yesterday, because I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I just kind of hit record and decided to review. And then it was a fairly legitimate transvaluation of values that we did, wasn't it? Particularly with reason. That was cool. Anyways, today we're going to be getting back to the science. And we should review this as well. So let's do that. We have this agent, Laura 13, that's very important for some reason. It's just a hunch. It's very important. And we want to find out, how exactly this idea or set of ideas could potentially help people with brain damage or a brain injury. potentially this could stimulate some sort of signaling pathway or signaling pathways and influence A, how the brain functions, and B, how the brain produces new cells and transports new cells and differentiates new cell types. In order to do that, we need to figure out what's making neurogenesis in the adult brain happen, what's going on there. So today, for the whatever portion of this video is probably going to be short. I'm not bored, but I'm not bored. Does that make sense? I've done enough of these. I did 5 of these this week. There's like 10 hours of video on this channel from like the last 7 days or something like that. It's ridiculous. So this is probably gonna be a shorter video, but let's get to it. We want to figure out if you're more emphatic with what you tell ChatGPT, it helps you more. It's the truth. It's the real thing. What's driving neurogenesis in the adult brain? I'll literally just say what I wrote here. What, when, where, why, how, who. What, where, when, why, how, who. Adult nerd, what's up? You can't do it like that. You gotta I don't know. I was kind of insecure when I was doing that though. Not insecure, but like I don't know. I wasn't like a YouTuber. I feel like more of a YouTuber now. Like I kind of know what's up. What's up? Adult neurogenesis, the birth of new neurons in the mature brain, is one of the most important discoveries in modern neuroscience. For most of the 20th century, scientists believe the adult brain is fixed. Yeah, we know that's true. The core mystery is, why does the brain keep making new neurons after development is supposedly complete? So it identifies that immediately as a mystery, which means we don't know. And then it does this funny thing where why then, in this case, doesn't mean why as in, what's happening on the level of the cell and the genetic makeup of the cell. The answer, the why is, well, it's brain's adapting, memory flexibility, emotional regulation. It's like, yeah, well, that's kind of a cop-out, though, isn't it? Happens in the hippocampus. Oh, so the hippocampus is the dentate gyrus. Brush your teeth. The dentate gyrus. I have a huge cavity. Well, it's not huge, but there's a cavity right there. Fix that. Specific places in the hippocampus. Functions linked to hippocampal neurogenesis. So there's more of what I was just talking about. And there's also the subventricular zone, so below the ventricles. Interesting. So what cells are involved? Here we go. Cells involved. Neural stem cells. That should be obvious. What isn't obvious is why there are still neural stem cells in adults. So there's another why that I want to answer. Radioglia. No, it's radioglia-like. So first it was ChatGPT said it was radioglia cells. Now it's saying it's radioglia-like cells. I don't know why. I don't know what's up there. Intermediate progenitor cells. I want to make a further note because I'm not familiar with this cell type. Rapidly dividing. Daughter cells. I'm never gonna stop that. Transit amplifying cells. What does transit amplifying mean? And then neuroblasts, immature neurons, obviously. How? Okay, so how? Stem cell activation. Okay. Usually quiescent stem cells become activated. And then it says driven by exercise, novelty, and so we don't know. Proliferation. So WNT signaling, we talked about this prior. WNT proteins bind receptors and alter gene transcription. That could be very interesting. Very interesting. Key molecular drivers would be BDNF, VEGF, just those two, I guess. Interesting. Neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, GABA, glutamate, involved in like 90% of what you'll read about in the brain if you're reading about interesting things. Well, interesting to me. Thanks. When does it happen? All through adulthood, the decline of age. What increases neurogenesis? Exercise. Why does the brain do this? We don't know. And yeah, researchers are trying to enhance neurogenesis after stroke, TBI, and neurodegeneration. So I'm not the first one to think of this. Interesting. Cool. Okay. So if ChatGPT can't really give me a straight answer, then ChatGPT can literally pull from anything. ChatGPT can pull from articles that you will never find on a typical Google search. And it doesn't know. So we don't know. Yeah. I'm thinking about kind of what should I title this video? I'm thinking neurogenesis and the road ahead. That's really what we're going to be talking about. Sorry, I'm scratching my balls. We're talking about neurogenesis. But we're also talking about, it feels like this phase of the YouTube thing is coming to a close. And I'm very grateful for all of the beautiful things that have happened since last week or whenever I started this. My grandfather told me that I needed to slow down and adjust my medication last week. I was making too much content and doing too much. Something in my brain wasn't working right. So what I did, love you, Gramps, but I sat down and made 5-hour to 2-hour long videos in a week. I expanded to philosophy, and now I feel I have reached a point of conclusion in the story. It's not like the end, but like I have to go try and make it in the big time in LA. I'm not leaving yet. A couple more years there. But a bunch of new contacts, a bunch of new info, a bunch of people suddenly, finally, it was funny. When did the album come out? The album came out a week ago. Like, nothing happened. like I knew people were listening to it, but no one was talking to me about it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And now, over the last day, people's feelings about it, and this makes me feel very good, have been revealed. And people's feelings about it, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, uh-oh. I felt quite good about this. I still feel quite good about this. Do other people not feel the same? And now, thank God, although it is uncomfortable in a different way, people seem to feel better about it than I do. Which is a good thing. A very good thing, obviously. I'm giggling. But that's another issue. Harmony doesn't mean the same. Harmony means everything works together, despite its differences. If other people thought it wasn't very good, I would find a way to make that work out too. Undoubtedly. Indubitably. I just got that. Wait, is indubitably a word? Or is it just people making fun of how undoubtedly is spelled? I should know this. It is. It is a word. I'm stupid. Not. It means unquestionably. What? How did that come up? Indubitabilis. Is it the same route as undoubtedly? Is it the same Latin route? Latin route? Root. Oh, this is fun. Just hit me. See in my eyes. Yeah, it's very closely related. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So not making fun of it, but they are connected. Yeah. You know what? Follow the video. Come on. They are connected. This is the same Latin route, basically. Latin route. I just said it again. Latin root. I am indubitably baked. This is gonna be fun. Dude, literally. All right, hang on. We're done. I'm bringing everything to a nice, happy close. I'll call this what should I call it? I'll call this video a conclusion of recent work. A conclusion of recent work. Am I going to say too much more? Maybe. I don't know. I'm scribbling this in giant letters so I don't forget, because that's a good title. A conclusion of recent work. Yeah. So, as important as I think all of this is, and I do think it's important, I don't want you to get the impression that I don't think it's important. music is how I cling to the divine. Science is part of my job. Philosophy is part of my soul. But music is the great connector. And that to me is more important than any interesting idea or way of thinking or thought experiment. Music is far more important. So, toodaloo. Well, not yet. I'm not leaving yet. But, yeah, so this is winding everything down. This is so fun. I fucking love this. I love my life. I kind of want to name, like, name of a child would be I, like AI. Like I. So what does it mean again? It means like bend or something. I like that. I love that name. I. It's beautiful. But anyway. Well, maybe not beautiful, but it's cool. Like, I don't know if I want my son parading himself around thinking he's beautiful. He needs to learn how to keep that on the inside. This is why I don't have children yet, because I'm thinking like this. So, yeah. Drawing things to a close. Oh my, allergies are bad. How many times? I think I've said that in more than half the videos. Allergies are bad. But allergies are bad. I mean, this is like, yeah. Oh. It's gonna be so nice. I'm gonna maybe another hour, an hour and a half, and the sun will start coming up. I'll go for a nice walk as the sun comes up in the forest. It's gonna be beautiful. And then Johnny's coming over tonight. We're gonna have a little get together with Lars. 3 heads instead of 2, and then 4 instead of 3, and we'll just keep expanding. It's gonna be fun. And everything slowed down for a while. I had like that little mini brush with fame. Gross. That's what it was. Yeah. I played that. I need a tissue. Because there's snot coming out of my nose. Alright, for some reason that if you hit the pause button and then you hit the record button in the middle, it fucking... Oh, I see now. Whatever. It's fine. But I played in front of, like 100 people. It was great. It was sick. I get paid for it, too. I never got paid for a show. Okay, I was at open mics a year ago. This wasn't even in the ballpark. It's possible. It's fantastic. Anyways, things like slowed down. And now things are speeding up again. So, I'm just gonna go for a walk. And enjoy the morning. And, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Send some emails. Make some phone calls. Update the website, which is now back online. BrendanPlane.com for your EPK consideration. Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. So, anyways, I'm suddenly happy about where things are again. This was wonderful because Well, at first it was wonderful because I had something to do to keep me sane. It became more wonderful because I actually have some good ideas. And I'm glad they're on film. I'm really glad they're on film. So I can review them. But what happened was, with the science, it's like I'm making these videos. This is like kind of for other people too. But then the philosophy got very personal. Like those are my personal beliefs. And I guess that's somehow it's more genuine is the thing. And I'm kind of sick of it. Not like genuine's bad, but like if it's, I don't know, it warped how the whole channel is set up, I think, for me, in my head. Because then it's more about me. And then I have to be more me. So I'm not sticking to upload schedule of however long. Yeah. I think it's time for bed. It sounds more certain now that the next album will happen on schedule. So we'll be recording in September and October. So I'm very excited. Very excited for that setup. And I have to prepare for that as well. As I said, I wrote like 60 songs for Viva Rare, 50. Big difference, but I only wrote about 10 songs for this album. It's a concept album. It came out that way. I was in the woods, and I'm like, I'm not going to write a concept album. Then a month later, I was writing a concept album. It's funny how that works. And, as such, everything had to flow together and go together. And I was so focused on that, I just wound up not needing any more than basically what I wrote. And it needs to be sculpted, masterfully so. But it came out, it all came out at once. 10 songs, like 10 months. I need to go to bed, but so very happy about that. And yeah, so suddenly everything's gone from not a whole lot going on at the moment. So, dude, I'm so sad I'm not 22 anymore. I can't listen to Taylor Swift's 22 and be 22 or younger. Like, genuinely sad about that. But, yeah, so suddenly there's a lot going on. Yeah. So, yeah. I'll end with this. I had a very interesting conversation when I was in high school. My friends and I usually got along great, genuinely. Like, even if we were fighting, we were getting along somehow. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So we die. I don't know. But I did get into one genuine disagreement with a friend of mine, Jack. And I said, this isn't forever. I want to move on and go elsewhere. It's just what I want. I want more. I want bigger. I want music. And he got very angry at that I would want to move on from small town friendly. And now I feel like he wants me to move on, and I, very much would like to take some people with me, or maybe more than a few. But we'll see what happens. It's May, and I don't know. Let's see what happens. I suppose that's all for now, Buttercup. Or is it Cupcake? Cupcake. Good night, Cupcake. I still don't know who you are. I don't know why I'm saying good night, Cupcake. But I'm going to assume that means something. So, good night, Cupcake. But now I don't want to leave, because this is probably the last video for a while. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe not. It's been fun, hasn't it? We sang this song in 4th grade. Well, it's been fun. We've been so happy. But now it's time to say goodbye. We did not sing Alabama Song. So that turned into Alabama Song. Well, it's been fun. What was the next chord? Was it a 4? We've been so happy. I forget how that second melody goes. That made me very, very sad. Because it was like, something's ending that's never going to happen again. Be in elementary school again. That's not what this is. I'll be back. Hopefully. Watch this is like the last video I ever make. But as far as everything is going music-wise, you will be seeing of me in the future. In some form or another. So with that, Cupcake. Good night. Whoa.